Welcome back to the channel. We're going to show you the brand new Euphoria. This is our prototype model. We're going to show you some options that can be added and also the changes for the productions from this prototype. So we're going to show you the inside first and then we'll jump to the outside because the outside's super cool. We'll show you that after the inside. We're going to start up front. This is always going to be on the 144-inch cab chassis for Mercedes, all-wheel drive chassis. So we're always just going to max out the options from them. It's, very nice front end and it works. Above it, let me come back here. Above the cab, you'll see on the outside, we'll show you, but this one is a windbreak, two is extra storage. That kind of goes on both sides of the cabinetry and has a pocket door here, and it's able just to get you a lot more storage up there for bulk items. The shower, it's 28 wide, 34 deep, so it's a wet bath. This one has the dry flush toilet. We have toilet options as well. You can see in some of our shorts. For different things you can do as far as going to the bathroom. You have the Nautilus shower door. Excuse me. And then the way this valve works here, it's pre-mixed as far as the temperature goes, and then it's just kind of on and off. That way you're not always trying to find your happy temperature. And then you're going to have a full-length mirror. As well as venting here. This fan comes with the vehicle, obviously, but it is going to be about 9 inches back just to clear things a little nicer and a little more centered to where we want it. But still be able to draw out the air from the shower and even from the convection microwave. So this is a 1.1 cubic foot microwave. It is also a smart fry and convection, so you can cook in it. With that said, we do not do propane. So this is all electric coach. So you have that for cooking, and you have an induction cooktop, which is just kind of stored away right now. But it's portable induction. You can cook here, you can cook on this surface or outside. Gives you options. We don't like building them in. I mean, we could, but then you just lose a lot of counter space. This sink, pretty deep, 15 by 15 inch sink. It actually has an option for this one, or we could, if you wanted to take up more countertop space, do a slightly larger sink as well. You have turn overland windows throughout. So this is their 300 by 700. The awning out, they're super awesome. They're dual pane acrylic, so lightweight. You have them in the, when the rain's out. You have blackout. You have a screen. We have options for a couple more windows too, if someone wanted to. You have your water pump switch, outlets, USB, DC stuff, more outlet there. This bench is 30 inches. It's going to have storage underneath it. So you have full storage in there for, again, bulky items, blankets and things of that nature, comforters. You have a ton of space here. So it's about 8 feet. Cabinetry above. That's going to be for your clothes. Some of it might be used as pantry items, but you have more drawers as we get down there. There's a residential queen bed, 60 by 80. You're going to have the Froley system. That's spring, so it's a lot more comfortable. You have a turn overland window right by the head of the bed. That does shift up a couple inches, just give a little bit more space on the production models. You do have an option to have that on the back wall as well. Missing on this, that will be on production models, are USB reading lights above your head there that we mounted to the ceiling. You may have seen those lights in some of our custom vans, but this is exactly the same what we're putting in this production model. Then you have another big cabinetry above here. You can see we always carpet line them. One, that's going to help with sound. Two, it's going to be more for shifting things. Your biggest sound from cabinetry is actually what's inside it, what's banging around. The aluminum cabinetry isn't actually as loud. It's just as loud, let's say, as the wood cabinetry. It's more or less the inside items that are loud. Here's all your information. So you got a GX touchscreen that's going to show you pretty much what's happening as far as power in, power out, freshwater, wastewater. You have your lights for your ceiling and your bathroom here, dimmable as well. This has an aqua hot system, so that is your heating and your hot water. 3 zones. So there's a zone by the front door, a zone we call the mid zone, which is coming out from underneath this bench. And that's going to give you most of your area. And then there's a bay zone, which is the garage out back that we will show you as well. And then here's your awning controls for the Gerard awning. So it's freestanding, power in, power out, has a light on it. Wind sensor as well. That way, if it's really windy out and you're not even around, it'll save itself and close up. Additional storage here, 3 deep drawers. Again, carpet lined, just to help with whatever you have in here banging around. Up front, you have above cabinet, a below drawer. This is actually going to change. So this whole unit is just going to spin. So it's going to open this way. So it opens still up the same way, still be carpet lined, but it's going to open kind of towards the bathroom, be more of like a linen closet for you. And then this deep drawer Same thing. Instead of opening towards the door, it's just going to open in here so you can stand on the side and have more room and more access, and it doesn't interfere with the actual door when it's closed, the entry door. Then you're going to have your NovaCool fridge freezer. So it's pretty big, 6,800. Top fridge, bottom freezer. Pretty awesome. I've used it a bunch of times when we've taken this out for testing. Before we head out, we're going to talk power system. So it's a 48 volt battery bank. So that's the batteries. They're robust. It worked out. We designed a 3/16 steel cage, all this stuff with heater pads. Ended up being a waste of time, so we're going to put them inside. That way they're away from everything, away from the elements. That's going to power everything, including, say, that 48 volt pneumatic cooling air conditioner. It is just under 14,000 kilowatt hours. Battle-born batteries, they will live, you'll see the batteries outside, in the, but they're going to live under the bed on production models. All Victron components for everything else. There's 1,080 watts of solar, 6 panels, so there's 3 on each side. Also on the roof is going to be a Starlink that's going to come standard. Down the center is basically your fan, air conditioner, and everything we're talking about. There's no optional battery packages. We're just giving it the most one-stop shopping. We're not going to give you a small battery and charge you extra later to upgrade them. We're just going to give you a robust system just from the start. One thing we forgot to talk about: that table goes down. These Sombrella fabric memory foam cushions slide in, and that'll make an additional bed spot for a small child guest or something like that. A little over 6 feet between them as well too. So it's pretty big. And then underneath the bench too is your system, where you're going to see all your breakers and fuses there. Let's jump outside and we'll show you some more stuff. So the entry door is from Turn Overland. It's insulated, it's lockable, pretty robust. On the actual production model, we will have a magnet here and on the wall, so it can just hold itself and not kind of float around. These stairs here, super adjustable, super sturdy. So right now they work with how it's set up. This can go down a couple notches. The feet here can go up or down depending on the terrain you are in, just to kind of level things out. All aluminum, awesome stuff. This door also moves down just under 1 inch, like 15/16, just to give a little easier entry and clear the awning as well. Other videos didn't have it, but this is finally the one we were happy with. We ordered a ton of them. But this is your entry handle, so you have something to hold on to, and you can see it's quite strong. The entire unit moves, there's no problems. So there is no thermal transfer in the corners, basically. So it's 2-piece construction. There's an inside extrusion, outside extrusion. And our panels are rabbited, which is a fancy word for they overlap each other, so they don't just butt in the corner and have no insulation. They overlap, so there is insulation on all that. Great R value, PET structural foam, robust, and will last. Up above, you can see the Girard awning. So all the buttons are inside. It's one button out. It'll actually go all the way out and then stop itself. There is light strip there that can be used while it's out or in. This is going to come on 33-inch tires. So this was a dually, super single swapped. It's great for off-road. You can actually air down and not have any issues. You don't have to worry about things getting stuck between the dualies. There's a bunch of changes in here. So this gets angled and gets an actual wheel well throughout here. That way it protects everything. These wires kind of move back a little bit too, but everything will be protected on production models versus kind of how we ended up here with the prototype. But it will have the Deaver springs. That gives it a small lift in the back. There's no lift up front, but that's going to help offset some of the weight, make it a lot more comfortable while you're driving. And then there's Falcon adjustable shocks front and rear as well, which we'll show you on the fronts a little easier. You have massive storage back here with some lights and everything inside. This changes as well. So this is all getting larger. Currently it's 30 inches wide, 36 inches tall. It's going to grow to 32 wide and 36 tall. The reason is mostly mountain bikes have no problem fitting that way. And we're going to grow the door too. So it's going to grow 3 inches wider overall and 1 inch taller. Again, just getting things in and out just a bunch easier. Still going to have all your L-track in there. We can have options for more L-track on walls if someone needed more ways to tie things down or store things. We do have a client that's going to be putting L-track on the back wall for skis and snowboards, so you just kind of put them in there and out of the way. You'll end up still having the vent here for the heat. There'll be a couple more of these throughout, just for passive, just for airflow, because the other side of the bed is all your electronics, just for a way to get heat in and out and all that, keep everything cool. There'll be outlet in here. We have a couple clients that talked about having e-bikes, so we're doing make sure we have outlet in here for things of that. Here you got the back bumper, so you have a spare here, extra storage here. So this changes slightly. The way this is going to attach is going to be a U-shaped, bar here that we can pick it up, put it there, and then tighten it down. You don't have to try to find holes while it's floating, so it's going to make it a lot easier to move the spare. Box will be flatline Vanco, so it has storage and drop down. So you have a workstation, storage. Right now it has a bunch of crap in it from us. We take it out, play around with it, make sure everything's working great. This is kind of how your back will be set up, unless you added a window in the back there. Let me know what you guys think Do you want more light, or do you think enough windows were already put in this prototype unit? These you see here are optional. So they're reverse lights. If you're in super dark and you can't see, when you're like a camp or something like that, just switch in the cab, turn them on, just to kind of help guide and see what's going on. You've probably been seeing some rock lights here and there. Again, those are optional as well. We'll talk about those. There's your exhaust for your Aqua Hot. So we didn't talk about water, but it's 50 gallons of fresh water, and the Aqua Hot is continuous. So it's continuous hot water. Again, that's your heat as well in the wintertime. Smart plug, it's always going to come with it. It's 30 amp. If you don't need it, you can just go down to a 15 or 20 amp inside your garage. The gravity fill, still here for the 50-gallon tank, though it changes. It's actually more of a square and lockable. That way it's tamper resistant, we'll call it. No one can really play around with your stuff. The wrap you see, that is optional. We'll show you the hood, that comes standard, but this piece is optional. Let me know what you guys think. I love the mountain topo look. I'm curious to see what you guys think about the wrap. 31-gallon gray tank, that's for your sink and your shower. So that just dumps right there. This van comes with a hose that way you can dump it responsibly. Your access there, it is heated with the heater pad. It's the only thing that's actually outside on this unit. Everything else is within your house, we'll call it. So it's super 4-season. We had it down into about 8-9 degrees overnight. Heater pad worked beautifully. I had no problems at all. Entry steps to get inside. Into the cab area, you have options for the front cab colors. Here's where you can see the other super single. So the fronts, swap to each other, the back swap to each other, and the spare was dual drilled. So it could be in the front or back. Here you can have a better look at that Falcon shock. So it's adjustable. It's a reservoir shock. We're always doing the upgraded shocks that come standard with this. And then you can see one of the rock lights up here as well. So there's 8 of them. 4 wheels, 1 front and back, and then 1 kind of midship. We call them rock lights, but realistically, they're for if you're off-roading, trying to go camping, and you can't see, right? It's nighttime. You put those on, it's going to help either yourself see, or it's going to help if you send someone out there to guide you and you're off-road and you want, to see some danger. They're going to be able to see, better with some light for themselves. This bumper is standard, so it's always going to come with a 12,000-pound winch. It's always going to come with the skid plate, basically as you see it, and the Baja lights. The only optional item in the front here are the grow lights from RRR. Let me know what you guys think, but that sends a ton of light down the trail. Again, optional. Let me know if you think you guys would need something like that. The hood wrap is standard. It's a matte hood. It's going to come with either the topo, disregard how dirty it is, or just flat matte, without the topo design, just black. That's going to help, draw in the sun. If you're driving, like say west while the sun's setting, some of the lighter color vans could have a little glare, so that's just going to help soak that in and get rid of that glare for you off the hood. This model, like all ours, are RVIA certified, so that's going to give you the ability to take up to a 20-year loan. You could take away less, but it kind of helps make things more affordable for somebody that wants to have this, plus a house and stuff like that. There are more tax advantages with that as well. But reach out to us. We are at NomadRVs.com, Nomad_RVs on Instagram, or obviously you got to subscribe here at the YouTube channel and see all the updates and have everything that's going on in this. And as always, get the out there.